Hey everyone, welcome to another step or a stumble in my lineup journey. And this is the return of my monthly lineup benchmarking. Now I've started to concentrate a bit more on lineups. So I did this a couple of days ago from now, and a couple of days after I did my first attempt at the 7 red lineup. So this was like after that 7 red lineup before any further attempts. So I had done a little bit of lineup practicing, but basically what I'm saying is I hadn't really done any lineups since the previous attempt at this, which was in April, I think, or March. It was I think it was in April. It was April because I missed out March. So this is going to be a sort of like a almost pre-lineup training benchmark to sort of see where I am and where I can potentially be at the end of season 2 of my lineup journey. You know, hopefully we'll see an improvement over the sort of 2 or 3 months that I sort of envisage this series taking place over. And so a couple of things to notice that are different about what I'm doing this time round, and that is that I'm basically always starting at the black end of the table. I'm always starting on that red below the black, which I know loads of people in previous videos suggested I did, but I was pretty much very nervous about the black. I was nervous about, well, I was not only nervous about the black, I was nervous about that red below the black and, you know, getting a lot of zeros because I'd missed that red probably 1 in 3 times kind of thing. So, you know, that was potentially 2 or 3 zeros out of 10, which is not going to do my average any good. Anyway, I'm much better at those shots now, so I have decided to switch to that red below the black, which means that a spoiler alert, but essentially what happens here is I get some decent high scores for me, but I also get a couple of like low scores because I'm starting low below the black. But the good thing is, again, spoiler alert, I don't get any zeros. So here we go. So 25 on the first one. Pretty happy with 25 really, after not really practicing lineups. And I think this is going to show that whilst my snooker is generally improving, actually the specific sort of routines you kind of need to practice those as well, because no matter, your snooker might improve, but if you don't practice the actual specific routines, you're probably not going to get that much better at those things. So whilst I've been playing a lot of snooker, I haven't been playing a lot of lineups. So hopefully I haven't gone backwards, but have I made any significant step forward? Just caught that red there. Couldn't quite screw enough back to avoid that red, but it does at least go into the left corner pocket, so I could potentially get on it soon. Not now though, because I think I'm pretty much straight on this pink. Yeah, just a run through for the pink, but don't quite get it right. Annoyed with myself on that one. So as before then, what I'm tracking is my best break and my average break. And essentially the best and the average will update after each attempt. They don't update like after each pot, if you see what I mean. But the score for the attempt does update after each pot. The only things I've cut out are respotting the colours, basically. That's why there's a couple of jump cuts, but it's just respotting the colours. The rest I've left in. Yeah, that's okay. Expected a little bit more movement on the cue ball there to be able to get a bit lower on the black. but it's still doable. But it's probably a rest shot, I think. These kind of shots where you wish you can play left-handed. But yeah, no, that's kind of a bit half-arsed, that one, unfortunately. So, what can I do with this red? Not a lot, because I miss it. It's another disappointing attempt. Lots of 8s and 9s in this session, unfortunately. Again, because I'm starting on that red and black, so I am improving at it, and I will hopefully see an improvement on these reds and blacks, which means that my sort of minimum score will go up. But yeah, there's going to be a bit of pain to start with, but be interesting to see, if I spend a lot of time on this 7 red lineup, if it actually helps hopefully will help the full lineup for the benchmarking. And if this is the first lineup benchmarking you've seen, feel free to go back and watch the earlier ones, but where I explain why I'm doing this. But essentially, I can't remember what I was watching. Maybe it was a snooker match where Stephen Hendry was commentating, or whether it was one of his Q-tip videos. But he was talking about how he used to do every so often do 10. Essentially, if he wanted to know where his potting was at, he would do 10 full lineups back to back and look at his. He would try and clear 10 red lineups in a row, basically. But what I'm doing is basically, I'm obviously nowhere near getting even one, so I'm just looking at actually what would be my average score over 10. Just waiting to get the rest out so I don't disturb the player on the next table. I always look so awkward when I'm playing the rest, trying to keep my elbow up and my arm flat. So I made a conscious effort to move my elbow, and maybe it helped. So I did get that in, although I got a little bit too much on the cue ball and screwed a bit too far away from the reds. So recovery pot needed here, but I can kind of just roll it in, and should be natural to end up on the black or the pink. There you go, yeah. So taking the pink here, I think just because I was a bit more confident about getting position on the red. If you remember, I always used to start around the pink, just because I'm much more confident on the pink than I was on the black. And that is still the case, but obviously I'm choosing to play the black more often. So 37, can I make it even more? Can, 38. So I think that is my new highest break in a lineup. I think my previous was set 37, which was the last time I did this, a couple of months ago. And I think, again, I'm taking the pink just because I'm slightly low on the pink, so it's an easier positional shot. But the black really should really be trying to get the black in, and I pay the price by trying to play the pink at pace, and it doesn't go right. So, but still, 38. I'm happy with that. Let's put my average back up in a reasonable place. Screwed back a little bit too far for this, so black is tricky. Yeah, that wasn't the greatest of the opening reds, really. Obviously, I potted it, but didn't get good on the black, so that's my first one. So at least it's not 0. Yeah, that's okay. Nicely played. Should be able to just roll through the red. I'm slightly high, so roll through the red for the black. Got a decent angle on this black to get just stun run through off the cushion and up the other side of the table. Much like I've been playing in my black to pack routine, but I played it a little bit hard. One thing about that black to pack routine, it does mean you play those shots a little bit too hard. So I do need to dial that back a little bit, maybe. But decent pot on the red. Could have hit it a little bit harder, I guess. Just left this pink a little awkward for a right-hander. Yeah, a bit of a stretch. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get the rest out. It's a shame. Again, could have. If I just rolled through another 6 inches, would have been a nice, comfortable shot on the pink. But played that one nicely. Again, don't normally get that much action on the cue ball when I'm playing the rest, so yeah. I suppose that's an improvement in my technique, but means that I need to recalibrate that slightly because I got screwed back far a bit more than I intended. But again, nice recovery pot on the red. Leaves me a little lower than is ideal on the pink, but should be okay to roll this in and come off. Well, what am I going to do? I'm going to stun up the table for the red. No, kind of in two minds there whether to actually come off the cushion or to stun up the table, and I did neither basically. That's a shame. Still 30. Again, improves my average. So, just the 2 more attempts left then. I'd like to keep my average above 16 if possible, so that means I need decent scores in these last 2 attempts. That was a bit close. I couldn't quite play that as I wanted, but worked out okay. Again, nice angle on this black to stun over the other side of the table. Now, will I overhit it like the last one? No, I played that one much better. So, pink. Just run through again. Maybe I should have stunned it a little bit, but I'm okay. Get my hand on the table just about. Yeah, it's okay. Pink or black? Which one will I choose? Probably a little higher on the black than I like, so I may turn this black down. No, I'm playing it. I'm proud of me. Oh, just didn't quite get on that, but I think if I hadn't got the kiss on the red, then white would have gone too far up the table actually. So to be fair, it's maybe not too bad. And at least the red has gone in a stayed in not a pot position. But then I missed that red anyway, so bit of frustration. But 31, so that's put my average back up over 17. So can I get a reasonable score on this one to keep my average up? So my average in... Actually, I'll save it to the end. I was going to tell you what my average was in April, but I'll save it to the end. So 9. Can I get this black in to get my average to 16? I can't. So that's where it ends, with a 9. So let's have a look at the graph then. And actually, contrary to what I said in the video, my last attempt was in March, not April. So I've had 2 months off basically doing lineups. So I'm pretty happy that actually things have improved ever so slightly, even if it's just by one point on the break and half a percentage point or half a point on the average. So it goes to show that, okay, I've been practicing snooker generally, but not lineups. So that has maintained my ability to do lineups, but it hasn't improved my ability to do lineups. But hopefully, with a couple of months of really hammering the lineup, I can see a significant improvement in these numbers. I don't want to set targets, but okay, let's set targets. I'd love to see my best get well over 50, 55, 60 maybe. And I'd love to see my average to get to sort of 25, maybe 30, something like that. But we'll see. Any kind of improvement is an improvement. The main thing I want to do is obviously clear that 7 red lineup, which is on the sort of main goal of the My Lineup Journey Season 2. So join me for the next one of those videos, which will hopefully be coming up soon.